11 Alive News at 5 p.m. starts now.
We, the jury, find as to count 1 felony murder. We, the jury, find the defendant, Teresa Black, not guilty. As to count 6, concealing the death of another, we, the jury, find the defendant, Teresa Black, guilty.
Well, first at 5, a jury delivers a verdict in the death of a 6-year-old boy nearly 25 years after his body was found. His mother found guilty on only 1 of the 6 counts in this case, but not guilty of murder. Thanks so much for being with us this evening. I'm Faith Jesse.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy. Tonight we are taking a closer look at that decision. Our Tracy Amick Pierce joining us now live outside of the DeKalb County Courthouse. And Tracy, you actually spoke with some of the jurors here. What did they have to say?
That's right, I did, and the jurors I spoke with tell me that this was a very emotional case for all of them. Now, after 5 days of testimony and more than 6 hours of deliberation, they returned a verdict in the trial of Teresa Black.
We, the jury, find the defendant, Teresa Black, not guilty.
Out of 6 charges, including felony murder, cruelty to children, and aggravated assault, Teresa Black was only found guilty of concealing the death of her 6-year-old son, William Hamilton. The jury foreman, Samuel Logan, says the fact that it was a 23-year-old cold case made their task as a jury that much harder.
We all were aware that Tylenol and Benadryl was found in William's body at the time of his death. However, not a single medical expert that spoke to us could tell us the dosage, whether it was toxic or therapeutic. Cruelty to children by not seeking medical care. And that one was a little bit more difficult. However, at the same time, once again, there wasn't enough evidence to support that Teresa knew her child was showing enough symptoms to take medical care.
And Logan says evidence didn't clearly show William's jaw was broken by his mother, despite hours of testimony on the injury. That led to a not guilty charge for aggravated assault.
This could have happened with animal scavenging post-mortem, and that's all we had to go on.
However, the concealing the death of another charge was easier.
Because she literally left the body in the woods, regardless of if he died there, if it was bought there. The fact remains she left the body in the woods, and she lied about it.
Juror Jonathan Middleman says he was watching Black as the verdict was read.
She wasn't elated. I think at the end of the day, the defense attorney maybe thought that they would get off on all accounts, and maybe the fact that the 6th one didn't go their way, but I didn't see a lot of emotion at all.
At the end of the day, these jurors say they aren't happy with the outcome, but they feel like they did their job.
I have come to the conclusion that yes, she was a liar, and it was very disgusting to go back and look at all of her lies. However, in this case, none of her lies were not what she was being charged with. Yes, she may be not a great human. She may have been a failing mother who was trying her best. However, those were not the charges that the jury had to find Teresa Black guilty on.
Now, Teresa Black's sentencing for the single charge of concealing her son's death is expected to happen on Friday. The defense tells us they plan on appealing that single guilty charge.
All right, Tracy, thank you so much.